Right, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Excuse the lighting, it is like I had to turn my grow light off and it's just, the lighting's really weird. So I have some propagations that need transplanting. They should have been transplanted a little bit sooner than now, but it happens. But before I get started in the video, I just want to give a huge thank you and a huge shout out to Julia, who has actually made me some artwork, which is incredible. Like I'll put it on screen. I've got it in front of me here, but you probably won't be able to see it very well. Look at that. Like I woke up in the morning about to get ready for work, and I went on my phone quickly, looked on Instagram, and then that was the first thing I saw, and I was like, wow, that looks very similar to like my t-shirt. I was like, I'm sure I have that t-shirt, and I looked at it closer and I was like, wait, they're the same plants that I I have. And then I saw my name under it and I was just like, I was in shock. So it really, really made my day, and it made my entire week, to be honest. You are crazily talented, and like I love that style of artwork, so that is literally perfect for me. So here's her Instagram. I'll quickly stick a screenshot. Definitely go check it out and leave a like on that picture, because what's not to like? I'm joking. But yeah, that is like, I was amazed, honestly. Thank you so much. And I've ordered a printout and I'm gonna have it up on my wall because why the hell wouldn't I? Like, yeah. So just wanted to say a thank you so much, and everyone please go and just tell her how amazing that is and how talented she is. But yeah, getting on with the video. I'm gonna turn the camera around. Oh, I thought I'd show you my silver flame quickly as well, because it was in the picture as well. Yeah, like the detail she went to. She even got my feeler trainers. So, and she got the earring in the right ear. She got my tattoo on the right arm, and an acorn, my spider, was in it as well. But like, yeah, I just wanted to show you the silver flame because it has put on so much new growth now, and I'm not going to divide it just yet. But if I wanted to, I definitely could. So yeah, just a quick look at that because it's looking incredible as always. And I don't want to say mine is the best, but I see other people's silver flames and they don't look this shiny. I don't know if it's my lighting or what, but I just think it looks amazing. The backs are a little bit more matte, I suppose, but then the front's just beautiful. Right, I'll get on with the video now. I'll turn the camera around and we'll get on with it. Right, so here I have two little pots of propagations. I didn't actually I haven't shown these on my video, on my YouTube at all yet. But these are actually Drosera cuttings, and we have several types. We've got Drosera binata, the regular kind, Drosera binata dichotoma, and we have Drosera rotundifolia, Drosera Adelaide. Yeah, that's all of them. But they have been propagating in these purified water here for probably coming up to a month maybe. But they are all getting ready to be transplanted, and I know this method of propagation isn't very well known, I don't think, because I remember when I first was told about this, I thought surely that doesn't work. Like, how could that work? But as you can see, they are growing amazing, and if I change the camera angle, I'll be able to show you the ones that they're already growing out of the water. So just a closer look so you can get a little bit of a better idea of how this works. It's just the stems and the leaves, and like with the rotundifolia, they're literally just growing like lily pads on the surface of the water. And then over here we have the binatas, and they are all coming out of the surface of the water. And yeah, definitely ready to be repotted. The stems are starting to die on these ones now, so I want to get them into some peat, just so they can get their roots going before the stems die off. Right, so these have been growing under my grow light. I've had these under my Mars Hydro grow light for the entirety of the time they've been growing, and it seems to have worked really well. Oh, they're really slimy. I'm just going to pop them onto here because I'm going to reuse these containers with the peat and then grow them in there. So I'm just going to get them out. You can see the root on there. Yeah, so that's going to be perfect. That should grow really nicely. So let's fetch out these little rotundifolias. There we go. So So I'm surprised at how well they've done. I've had none have died as of yet. So they seem to really enjoy the grow light. I'll leave a link for the grow light in the description of where you can find it if you guys are looking for a grow light. This is right, there we go. Let's just scoop these out. It's going to be a bit messy for now, but there we go. Right, now I'm going to tip this water out. I'm going to reuse it because it's still purified water. And then I'm going to get some peat. I'm not going to be mixing any sphagnum moss in with this. I'm just going to be using peat on its own, because I've found that recently my Droseras have been growing a bit better in just the normal peat, or they've been growing perfectly fine in just the normal peat, so I haven't really needed to add anything. Let's do this up a little bit higher to about there. I'm going to foam it down just so that it doesn't sink when I water it. There you go, that'll do. And because the peat is nice and wet, my hands are not going to get clean. Oh, now I'm chucking mud everywhere. Right. Okay, so I don't really have a plan of action with this other than just place them in there and make sure the roots are in contact with the soil. And if there are some that do have long roots on them already, I'm going to make sure I kind of bury the root as much as I can. Yeah, so you see this one, it's upside down. Oh, focus. This one does already have a little root, so I'm going to try to bury it. If I just dig a little divot, kind of like that, I think that should work. Yeah, that should be alright. So just so he's in contact with the soil, and then that leaf will gradually die back by itself. And this one has an even better root, so that one should be a lot easier. Let's dig a little hole, plonk him in there. I'm not pushing hard because I don't want to damage the roots. Sorry, the lighting is very bright. Hopefully that's okay. And then with the rotundifolia, I guess I'm just going to have to place them on the surface of the peat because I don't see any roots on there. So I'll just plonk him on the surface and hope that he sends out some roots. Sorry about the exposure, the light exposure. Maybe I'll turn this down just a little touch. That may be a little bit better with the exposure. And then, yeah, let's get the rest of these. I probably won't show doing the other ones only because it's going to be just the same sort of thing. And here's a close look at this one. So this is a Drosera Adelaide. There we go, there's a better look. And this one doesn't look like it's sent out any roots yet, but you can see just from that one leaf cutting we have, what is that, 5? Yeah, 5 babies. Potentially they're all going to survive. Maybe 1 or 2 will survive. But just from one small leaf, it is like a really effective propagation method. Yeah, so I'm going to be sticking these back in my grow tent, so that they kind of have that humidity in there. And I am going to place little propagation lids over them as well, just to ensure the humidity is high, because I'm assuming going from being in obviously 100% water to being in a substrate that can dry out relatively fast, I don't want it to shock them, so keeping the humidity high is going to be the best option. Oh, we have another rotundifolia here. At this point I'm just going to have to kind of place them and hope that they have good contact with the soil. Let's place this one over here. There we go. So that looks really good. They look really cute in there, don't they? Loads of babies. So definitely try this at home. See how well it works for you. Because that's one leaf, and look, I'm not even going to count how many are on there, but say I got 5 from that one leaf, that would be absolutely multiplying my my plants already. Oh, I'm not going to be able to fit all these in here. Unless I place the like that, and then just make sure it's in contact with the soil. Maybe a little bit tricky. I may need to get a few more trays actually, but oh, I've got some more small ones, so I'll do these next. There we go. Where do I go? Let's stick them over here. Oh, that one's upside down. You can go over there. There we go. And yep, I think I'll continue doing these off camera only because it's just going to be it's a tedious process. So yeah, whilst I'm putting these up, I'll show you a quick little haul, a little collection of a few plants that I purchased the other day. I didn't want to do a whole video or like a singular video on its own because it was kind of an off the spur moment. I went out with my friend and we went garden centre shopping, and I didn't film any of it, so I'll insert a little bit of that here now. Right, so one of the first things I picked up was these little cotyledons. So these are variegated bear's paws. Now this one is like, I fell in love with that white variegated one. As you know, I gave one of those away in my giveaway. Was that, oh, I think that was already last year now. And then I got this larger, this was like the regular bear's paws, but you can see it's actually variegated, and it's just a really lime green variegation. So I just had to pick them up, obviously. And I'm in love with them. And luckily none of the leaves have fallen off yet. Well, none of the leaves fell off when I transplanted. Yeah, so that was really good. And I just put them in this little terracotta pot, and they've got like gritty soil with orchid bark and terracotta pieces in there. So they should grow really nicely in there, and I love that so much. Then the next thing I picked up was really interesting, and it's this epiphyllum, and I just had to get that. It was a little bit more expensive. Oh, the bear's paws were $1.99 each, $1.99 or $2.99, and then this was $5.99. But I'm going to chomp it up here and take a cutting of it, and it does have this side shoot growing here, so I just thought that was so interesting. It's like the Rick Rack cactus, but on steroids. So that is amazing, and I can't wait to propagate that and see if it flowers. I have an idea it's going to have a flower quite similar to the Queen of the Night. So I may have to wait a year or two to see that, but definitely going to be worth it if it does flower. Right, I did also pick up a Syngonium. This one was $3.99, but I got a discount on it. I got 30% off of everything that I bought. And this Syngonium was like super, it's like a coppery colour. I don't know how well it will pick up on camera, but it's like a really nice colour. And I did notice today that it has aphids, so he's currently in the quarantine corner, which doesn't exist in this room. I've just stuck it by the door. But yeah, I'm going to be putting him into a terrarium so that he so that it gets more of a humid environment. But yeah, he needs potting up, and he's got a couple of leaves that are dying off. But I should be able to divide it because there's quite a few growth points in there. So I got that, and then the last thing I got, which I was like, I've been putting off getting one of these for quite a while because of their reputation. I've just heard so many things about them being really difficult to look after, or like not necessarily them being difficult to look after, but them being quite temperamental and more often than not just die off. But it is a Alocasia poly, and this one was $4.99, and then 30% off. It was like definitely worth the risk, worth seeing if I could keep it alive. So he's looking lovely. I've always really liked the look of these. Like these, they just look so like tribal. But I've never owned one before, so this is my first time. He doesn't have any new leaves coming in, but this leaf up here, which is a shame it's facing the same way as the others, but that is the newest leaf there. You can see how shiny it is. So these are susceptible to spider mite, so I'm going to keep an eye on him to make sure that none of those critters outside come in. I've never had a problem in here with spider mites before, but touch wood, that doesn't happen. But yeah, that is the haul. That is what I got from the garden centre, and I'll carry on with the video. Right, so I've just finished placing them all in here. We do have like a random stem sticking up, but I just couldn't. I didn't want to cut it off, and it kind of just has to be like that, I suppose. But they're all looking really good. They're all looking really healthy, really nice. Obviously, the only dieback is coming from the ends, so nothing seems to be declining. So that's really cool. And they are all the Drosera binata dichotoma. And then here I have the other ones. I haven't yet watered these ones, but they're all looking really nice as well. And I think if these actually do all grow, this would make a really nice little like miniature Drosera forest. So that's I'm really pleased with those so far. So like I said, I'm going to be placing them into the grow tent, and the light is not too intense, so it should keep these really nicely. And they've been in there already anyway, so hopefully there's not going to be any much of a shock. And I think what I could do for now actually is just use these same lids, because they still aren't protruding the top of the lid. So I think actually I'll do that instead of using propagation lids, and then it'll keep the humidity a lot higher. So I'm just going to add some water to that, and then I'll pop them into the grow tent. Right, so these are going to be going just in here, just over the back, and it's nice and bright in here, and obviously having the lid on is going to keep them humid. But I do keep this grow tent closed during the day, and it's on a timer, so the humidity does keep relatively high in here. Anyway, so yeah, I'll quickly show you an update on the begonias and the philodendron. So the begonias are actually growing back quite nicely, a bit slower than I was expecting at the moment, but I think a lot of these parts are just starting to show some signs of growth now, and we do have here a nice new leaf coming through, and the coloration is really showing well on these now. So, and I'm really glad these are coming back nicely, because I do love that begonia. I don't have the begonia name, it's just Begonia Magic Colours. So it's just a general mix of begonias, but that one is looking really, really good. This one is looking a little bit questionable at the moment. He's still going to come back, like he's got a new leaf coming in now, but it's just the old leaf has burnt off, well, is burning off. But he's still looking good, and this one, the rest has unfortunately died, but yeah, I'll probably pot him up. Once he grows a little bit more, I'll put him up on his own, and get rid of all of his dead brothers and sisters. That was probably a bit too morbid, but yeah, he's still doing okay. And then I think the thing that's doing the best in here at the moment is the philodendron micans. This has put on quite a bit of new growth, and I'll bring it a little closer so you can see all these leaves here. You can see the newer ones are a little bit more red tinged, a little bit darker, and we've got some good new growth coming in here. So yeah, that's doing really good. I'm pleased with this one. And then he's still looking a little bit bare, but that'll come in time. And then the cuttings here, I have just added water in the bottom of that tray, so they're not always sat in water. But they did unfortunately drop a lot of their leaves. That's very common in philodendron micans cuttings. So I'll just bring these closer, and they're all green, and they're all still standing up nice and upright. So obviously, other than the ones that aren't green, I mean the stems are all green, but yeah, so they're all still alive, and they do often take a bit of time to get going again. But this one's unfurling a new leaf, and down here as well, this one's got a new leaf coming. So yeah, they are still alive, and none have died as of yet. Just dropped their leaves for the moment, but they will come back just fine. So that's everything that I have in my... Well, I mean, I have had a couple of other plants in here for a while, but I've taken them out just because obviously I was updating you guys on these ones. But I do use this as a bit of a supplement light for a couple of my other plants. So again, this is just my Mars Hydro grow tent and the grow light. So yeah, it seems to be doing really, really good in here. Like so far so good, and I will be interested to see how well the carnivorous plants grow, because I think they're going to do really well in here. Right, so I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Let me know if you guys like my new plants, and definitely make sure you go over and check out Julia's channel, her Instagram, because that artwork cannot go unnoticed. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Please leave a like if you have enjoyed the video, and subscribe to see more. I'll keep you guys updated on the Mars Hydro Grow Tent. Again, if you wanted to check out where I got that from, just check just links in description. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Here's just a really quick look at Acorn. This is the tarantula who was perfectly drawn, included in the artwork on my shoulder, which I've absolutely loved. And he's going to be, I'm going to be redecorating this tank more than likely. And then I have the terrarium that he was in. I'm going to be redecorating that as well, so that's going to be a video upcoming. So definitely stick around if you want to see that, and leave some suggestions for terrarium plants if you'd like to.